Hey guys, ready for chapter 6? Backyard Carnival is the name of this one. So take a guess what's going to happen, who's going to have that, and will Max be successful or not? So Rosalie was watching an old movie on TV. It was called South Pacific. She was singing along with the music. She was singing something about a man and some lady washing her hair, and she's washing the man out of her hair. He didn't know what she was doing. Max just shook his head. He couldn't figure out how Rosalie could enjoy old movies so much. She was always watching them with noise coming from the TV and from Rosalie. Ugh, her singing. Max couldn't hear himself think, and he needed to do some heavy thinking. It'd been 2 days since they saw Austin making a fortune with those seashells, and Max still hadn't come up with a way to make his $1 million. A commercial came on and Rosalie stopped singing. Oh, that's so romantic, she said, clasping her hands together. What, the movie? Asked Max. No, the commercial. It's for a cruise, the Carnival cruise. Wow, that's great, said Max. You're interested in a cruise? Rosalie asked. No, the carnival. Wait, yeah, the carnival. I don't know why I didn't think of it before. A backyard carnival is a great way to make money. We'll have food and prizes and we'll make the games ourselves. You need money to start a carnival, said Rosalie. And you don't have any. Didn't need her to rub that in. Maybe I'll take out a loan, said Max. On Friday morning, Max and Gordy were on their way to buy food and pizzas. Max had convinced his mother to lend him $10. He would pay her back as soon as he had money from the actual carnival. Gordy took out a $10 loan from his mother, too. First, they went looking for food. Taffy apples, Max suggested. That's a good carnival food. He thought the cotton candy was a good carnival food, too, but he didn't know how he could make it in his backyard. Good idea, said Gordy. We can buy them cheap at the candy outlet store. No one will mind the broken sticks. At the store, they bought 20 taffy apples for 25 cents apiece. We'll sell them for 50 cents each, said Max, and double our money. And now for the fun stuff. Let's go get the prizes. We've got $15 to spend. My father said we should try to find quality prizes, said Gordy. People will be more likely to play the games if they know they can win quality prizes. Yeah, none of that junky stuff, said Max as they were walking. No liquid bubbles or slimes or things like that. We'll look for Nerf footballs and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, prizes kids will want to win. At Toys for Less, Max and Gordy walked up and down the aisles and searched for cheap quality prizes. They were really hard to find. Everything was either junky and cheap or quality and expensive. After exploring the entire store, they finally decided on yo-yos, kites, slinkies, and silly putty. They were not junky, and they were pretty cheap. Max and Gordy brought their prizes and taffy apples to Max's house. Then they went into the backyard to plan their carnival. We can have them knock over tin cans with a ball, said Max, and pinch balls into pails, said Gordy. And guess the number of jelly beans in a fishbowl, said Max. He thought of the 2 packages of jelly beans that Mrs. Malone had bought for Rosalie the other day. Max didn't care that much for jelly beans. They just got stuck in his teeth, but Rosalie loved them. You should put on a show, said Rosalie, who came over to offer her suggestion. I can sing for you. I know the entire score for South Pacific. No thanks, said Max. We want to attract customers, not chase them away. He slapped Gordy on the back and they both burst out laughing. Rosalie walked away in a huff. Max and Gordy continued planning. Then they found large pieces of cardboard and built their games. On one piece of cardboard, they painted a clown's face. They cut a hole in his mouth for a beanbag toss. On the other piece of cardboard, they cut a hole large enough for a head to stick through. Someone puts his face through the hole, Max explains, and people throw wet sponges at it. Whose face? Gordy asks. Not mine. Not mine either, said Max, but don't worry. I'll think of someone. All day long, Max and Gordy cut, drew, pasted, and hammered. They gathered empty Coke cans, and Mrs. Malone had been saving them, so she didn't mind giving them up for the game. And they filled Max's old fishbowl with Rosalie's jelly beans. On Saturday, Max and Gordy put up signs all over the neighborhood announcing their main event on Sunday. And when Sunday arrived, everything was ready. Kids came from all around. Some even came with their parents. Rosalie was in charge of ticket sales, 5 for $1. The kids knocked over Coke cans, they pitched balls into pails, and they threw wet sponges at Austin Healy's face. Mrs. Malone served iced tea at 25 cents a glass, and she sold all of the taffy apples. There was only one problem. Max and Gordy were running out of prizes. Everyone's winning, said Max. We made these games way too easy, said Gordy. Rosalie volunteered to run out and buy more prizes and taffy apples with the money they were making from the carnival. Half-hour later, she was back eating a taffy apple. I'm back, she called to Max. Just look at all the sensible prizes I bought for you. Max poked his head into a bag full of liquid bubbles, slime, plastic jewelry, and school supplies. You bought school supplies for a carnival, cried Max. Who wants to win erasers and pencil sharpeners? They were on sale, said Rosalie. And besides, school will be starting soon. They're very practical. Max didn't have time to argue. Too many people were wanting their prizes and waiting. When all the prizes were gone, Max and Gordy decided that the carnival was over. Everyone went away happy, especially Austin Healy, who'd won the jelly beans by guessing that there were 210 of them in the fishbowl. He'd won the fishbowl, too. Just look at all this money, said Max after everyone left. I can't wait to see how much we made. They counted up all the nickels, dimes, quarters, and dollar bills. Wow, said Max. $25? We almost made a fortune. Not quite, said Gordy, reaching into the pile. I owe my mom $10. Max slapped his forehead. Oh no, I forgot all about that. And he let out a deep sigh and took $10 from the pile too. That left them just with $5. $2.50 each, he said. Bummer. Not much of a fortune, is it? You can say that again, said Gordy. So they did have quality prizes, but where'd they go wrong? What could they have done different? Think about that because remember, you're going to have a project to see how you can be making money and what would you be doing?